Okay, so I'm still trying to get speech to work in the upright Discs of Tron. I've got everything wired up correctly, I'm 99% sure. I've got the control from the SSIO board going to the Squawk and Talk board, and that's 5 pins on this top connector on the SSIO board, which goes to various pins on J1, and that's as it was written in the instructions that I've seen. I've got a pot wired up to pins 4 and 5 on connector J2, which I know is working because I've been able to see the voltage change at the test point 5 and test point 1 on the Squawk and Talk board. I've got my audio out going from pin 9, and that's a purple wire, on my J2 pin or J2 connector on the Squawk and Talk board. That goes to a resistor and capacitor that I just have wired in here, and then it splits from the end of the capacitor to 2 connectors that connect at the point shown in Chris Akers' picture in his guide. I believe that all of this is wired correctly because I can actually hear some audio out from the Squawk and Talk board, but it's not the correct audio that I would expect. It's a weird sound that I've never heard before. I would suspect that maybe my ROMs were wrong, but I've actually replaced the original ROMs that were on here, which I believe were correct anyway. They're labeled pre-U3, U4, and U5. I got new ones burnt with what I know to be the Discs of Tron audio. So when I've replaced several of the ICs on the Squawk and Talk board also. Not all of them, but strangely when I replaced the 2 6821s, I was only getting 3 blinks of the LED when I'm supposed to have 4. But when I put back the original 6821s that were on the board, then I'm back to the 4 blinks that I'm supposed to have. So I'm not sure what that means. I've tested the voltage at all of the voltage points, or the test points on the Squawk and Talk, and I do have +5 and -5. And so when I turn this on, I do get the first initial flash and then 4 subsequent flashes of the LED, which I believe means everything is working right. The strange thing is when I push this test button, and I'll have to push it many times sometimes, but eventually I'll hear the sound come out of the speakers. There's a part of it. So that's it. I don't know if you can hear that sound, but it sounds like pinball sounds or something like that, which would lead me to believe I have the old ROMs in or something, but that doesn't make any sense because I have the correct ROMs on. I don't know if that's test sounds coming from the speech chip or what, but anyway, that's as far as I've been able to get. I've never heard the correct sounds come off of the Squawk and Talk board, so I don't know if there's a problem with the board or what. But so far, that's what I've been able to get done.